Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to My Crazy Dad Podcast, Season 2, Episode 13.
Yes,
Jeez.
Episode 13. What up, everybody? Woo!
How long until Season 3?
TGIF. Hey, we'll get to Season 3 when we fucking get to it, all right? Don't be rushing me. I'm Irish.
I just want to know.
Ah, dang it. I don't know. I keep thinking of shit. Is that all right?
Are you okay?
Yes.
You don't
I'm
need
very
to
okay. I get my backyard back today.
Jeez, you good there? I get my
I get my backyard back today. Say that 10 times fast.
I get my backyard back today. I get my backyard back today. I get my backyard.
All right. Suck it, bitch.
Backtard, I actually said.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby. Baby back ribs.
Okay.
Yes.
Chill the fuck out. You're too hyper for some reason. You're acting like
It's lucky number 13, bitch.
You're acting like this is the first
Lucky
episode
number
again.
13.
Oh my god, dude. Are you still awkward when we record these? Like, do you feel like awkward at all?
Do I seem like I'm awkward?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, it's just, I wouldn't really call it awkward. I'd just call it concern. Am I going to offend somebody?
Oh. Dude.
No, you know, I hate to go through half the fucking episode and say something and have to start the shit all over again.
Yeah. Well, you've
I mean,
done that twice
sucks.
now.
Yeah, that sucks ass. Big donkey. Big donkey,
You
it
just
sucks.
gotta be not dumb and think of what you're gonna say before you say it.
It's hard for me to be not dumb.
Well, we're doing a podcast. Like, you have time to think about what you're gonna say.
I know, but at the moment, you know, shit gets jumbled. Things come out wrong. I said my uncle pulled a forklift out of my ass one episode. And it was a pitchfork, you know, and I didn't even realize I said forklift.
I asked him
My
in the
apologies
car.
to everybody. It really wasn't a forklift.
I asked him in the car. I was like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Yeah, why?" And I'm like,
He thinks something's missing in my brain.
"No, I
Always
just
has been.
feel like you're getting old."
Yeah. Well, I am 57.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if that's like a starting.
I like it. He's showing concern, actual concern for me. Him
Why
and his
wouldn't
mother.
I?
Him and his mother. Whenever I get hurt, as soon as they're done laughing,
Are you
they
okay?
ask me if I'm okay. As soon as they can catch a friggin' breath. Are you okay, man?
No, we don't laugh like that. That's you.
Speaking of, I stubbed the hell out of my pinky toe the other night going into the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
I looked over, your mom's just...
It's always funny when you stub your toe.
She was on the phone with her mom. She, guess what?
Oh yeah, okay, I do remember this.
Sean just stubbed his pinky toe, and I haven't asked him if he's okay yet.
We always do
It's
that.
all good. I know she loves me, and she knows I love her.
This one time, when we were like, or not, you weren't young. I was probably like 13, 12, somewhere around there. We went to Five Guys, and we finished our
Delicious
burgers.
friggin' burgers.
Not sponsored, but that would be
Hashtag
awesome.
not sponsored.
You don't get to say hashtag not sponsored. Oh, yeah.
Hashtag
Smith
Fools.
to
Yeah,
our
a shout out
sponsor.
early in the episode this time.
Instead of the
the
end.
podcast.
It is an episode.
I can't. Okay, but yeah, shout out to Smith Pools. Again, I don't have their phone number handy. Sorry, but you can Google the shit. I'm tired of googling stuff for you.
Actually, thank you for pointing to that.
Yeah,
'cause I
let's
can
fix
move.
it.
Oh, shoot.
But if you're in Pasco, Hernando,
Just
I
the
believe
greater
some of
Tampa
Hillsborough
area.
and Polk counties down here in great state of Florida, give them a shout.
See, I was telling you,
Green to clean,
I was
baby.
telling him yesterday, because we were looking at like the weather. I was like, the west side of Florida isn't bad. Like, whenever I think of it, like down south is like Sarasota, Venice, like keep going, and it keeps getting pretty.
Yes.
But then you go to the east side, you have like all those trashy, like Miami.
Hialeah.
Yep.
Even
Homestead.
Titusville's not the best city. Daytona, just nothing but a fucking, pardon my French, a freaking tourist trap.
You said the F-bomb literally a minute in, and you're like,
No, I didn't.
excuse my French.
No, I didn't. So I've been busy this morning. That's why our podcast is delayed. We've had some family stuff. My mother-in-law's on her way right now to pick up her camper, which has been in our backyard. That's why I'm getting it back. And she's fixing to head up to Maine, spend the summer up there, visit the grandkids and my sister-in-law and stuff and some friends. And then it's going to stay up there. And
I don't think they need to know the whole plan.
So I had to go well, I went to start her refrigerator up and stuff, and she was out of gas, so I had to go exchange her gas tanks for her, being the good son-in-law that I am.
This is the most boring story ever.
Hey, I'm taking care of family. Ain't nothing boring about that.
You refilled a gas tank. I can't
send my mother-in-law to Maine with no gas.
You filled a gas tank.
No. I went and exchanged 2 propane tanks. There's a difference.
It's still gas.
Out of the love of being a kind person, and I'm not even going to make her reimburse me for it. But she is taking us out to lunch, so that's reimbursement enough.
Yeah, I'm actually excited to see where we go.
Yeah,
today's my off day.
I guess she's gonna leave Finn in the camper while we're gone or something. I don't know. He can't stay in the truck while we're sitting in somewhere eating.
I mean, he could just stay here.
We should talk her into Five Guys. Speaking of Five Guys. Five Guys has got hashtag not sponsored, but they should, because much as they charge us for a freaking burger anymore.
I mean, like I've said before, if your food is that good, you deserve to be charging that much.
Well, plus that's what happens when you try to raise the minimum wage. Like everybody said, shit's just going to get jacked up.
Right.
Here we go.
Except, I don't know if it's like,
Dude, I went to Winn-Dixie last week. Hashtag again not sponsored. For ribeye steaks, they wanted $20 freaking a pound.
How much was it before?
12. I mean, it used to
the
be
minimum wage hasn't even been
increased. It was
$20
a pound for the fillet.
Our economy's just living lavish right now. The minimum wage increase hasn't even happened yet.
I know, and I mean, I'm just saying, shit's going crazy price.
All I'm saying is, I think it's just because our economy is good.
Unless we blow the fuck up on here, we just eating burgers and dogs, man.
What? I hate hot dogs sometimes. I don't know how
we're going to have to quit eating the Dietz and Watson hot dogs. Hashtag not sponsored again. And the
You don't have to say that anytime. Sponsored. Oh, my God, dude.
All right, well, what are you waiting for? Let's get to my first story.
You're the one that's just been talking about everything possible except for your first stories.
My coffee's finally kicking in. I'm back.
Okay, for any audio listeners, he just shook his head super fast.
Yes, went.
Yeah, because
like I was freezing.
Yeah, like you literally.
Take off to the Great White North, hosehead.
Dude, I'm gonna pimp slap you. Holy shit! Oh my word.
No, you don't want to go to the Great White North. They can't even get out their fucking houses right now.
It's to the point where I'm like, damn, I really don't want to live in the U.S. Like, I really think about, like, packing up, taking a one-way flight to Ireland or Japan and just, like, finding a job out there, dude.
Let's do it. We can do our podcast from where the hell ever.
That's true.
As long as they have internet.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, like, Ireland is beautiful.
Oh, me head's peeling.
Japan's beautiful. Yeah, my head's peeling, too.
Went to a beer, bourbon, and barbecue fest last weekend with with our sponsors.
Smith Pools.
I couldn't even give them to pay for mine and my wife's tickets. Sponsorship my ass. But it was pretty cool. Beer, bourbon, and barbecue. $40. Got all the beer you wanted and all the bourbon you wanted. Had to pay for the barbecue. That was a little high priced, but $18 for a freaking sandwich, some macaroni and cheese, and some beans.
We also live in a super huge city.
Yes.
So that might not help the prices of food either.
True.
Like,
and by the time you get to the country, and you get home, ice cream's melted, all your frozen shit's unthawed.
It's thawed. Unthawed is
frozen.
Yeah.
Why do people say unthawed?
Huh?
Why do people say it's unthawed?
You
Don't
just
they
said
know?
it.
I know.
So why do you keep saying it if you know?
For those that watch us to say they're unthawing their food, you're not. You're thawing
Dad,
it out.
you have said it so many times.
I know, and I'm correcting myself. I'm sorry.
You can't roast the people.
Well, I'm just saying, to the ones that think they do, you like me, we're on the same page. That's probably why you enjoy the episodes.
You can't roast them.
So we're going to talk about getting drunk today.
Okay.
That's why I brought up the beer, bourbon, and barbecue fest. But it was 105-degree freaking heat index on that field, and I mean, we were scorched. So I'm peeling from it now.
Just do your story.
Which story?
Dude, are you kidding me? You're like, let's do a quick episode. We're 10 minutes
Let's go,
in
bitch!
Because you just been going
Quit
crazy.
talking.
You're the one that was talking.
I'm over here being quiet right now, and you're still talking.
Listen, I've only been talking for 30 seconds because I'm trying to tell you, you've been talking. You're trying to roast them, even though you did the same thing.
Have I told y'all I love you today yet?
No, you haven't.
We do. I love you guys.
Holy shit. Okay, do your first story. We got to get through these. So
yes,
go.
we do. Mother-in-law's on the way. I gotta go help her.
Go.
Shh. Well, quit telling me to.
Go. Just
All
talk.
Right. Our next door neighbor, the one your grandmother wanted to ground us from for life. His parents always had this like hellacious liquor cabinet.
The Three Musketeer guy?
Yeah, the guy that broke my arm.
Okay.
MG.
Okay.
Just call him MG.
Okay, just keep going.
And they always, for those people that know Swan's truck, they've been around for years, and they used to get stuff from Swan's truck. And one of the things they'd get, and I don't know if they still sell it, is you could get concentrated Kool-Aid mixes in like jugs, and then you just add, it already was sweetened and shit, and you just pour some in, and then you fill it with water, and you got instant Kool-Aid. Well, the parents, they were bred and raised and raced quarter horses, and every weekend they'd go off and they'd race the horses. And so this one time, I was like 14. The field behind their house, we decided to have your Uncle Pat and I and our third musketeer decided to have a fire, and we were going to sleep over, outside and stuff. And so we raided the liquor cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we had like 2 freaking gallons of pre-mixed Kool-Aid, and just every alcohol they had, we'd take like a half a cup from each one and dump it in. I mean, this was some hellacious shit. And we'd never even really drank up to this point. So we're out there. We got a nice big bonfire going, and we brought some aerosol cans so we could throw in the fire and watch them blow up and shit. And let me tell you what, aerosol cans blow the F up. I mean, we had some sheets of plywood out there with us, and we'd throw a can in there, and we'd hide behind the plywood, and go boom! And you'd hear the freaking shrapnel hitting the plywood, and it's, we got half a can stuck in the plywood and shit. And we're like, well, thank God we got behind the plywood in time and shit. And I think we ended up blowing up like 4 or 5 different cans. And, by this time, part of the field's catching on fire, because each time it blows up, it shoots not
flame
just shrapnel,
everywhere,
but charcoal and red hot briquettes out and stuff, and pieces of wood and stuff. So we're running around stomping fire out and stuff, and we got pounded. I mean, like losing bodily functions, almost pounded, polluted. And so we decided we were going to go. It was starting to get cold, and I think it might have started raining a little bit. So we're like, let's just go sleep in the garage. So your Uncle Pat and I, they had an electric fence, and we both got over it okay. My big ass got over it somehow without getting zapped. And here's MG on the other side of the fence. He's leaning on the fence pole. I can't get over this damn fence. We're like, what do you mean? I got my fat ass. I can't. Sean, I can't get over it. Help me out, Sean. Help me out. I'm like, dude, seriously? Just climb. I can't get over the fence. I can't do it. So I go over, and I'm like, all right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to lean over without touching the electric fence, and you just lay on my back, and I'm just going to That way you can
Hoist
just
him
climb
up.
over the fence. All right, it sounds like a plan. So I'm leaning, and I mean, my chest is probably this far off the electric fence part.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, this son of a bitch just goes plop, plops down on me. My fucking chest hit that electric fence, and it's like, I'm like, get the fuck off, get off me. I can't. So I just grabbed him by the knees, and I just stood up and slung his ass over my head. And the dude hits the fucking ground on his head and shoulders first. He's like, that fucking hurt, Sean, but thanks. You got me over. I'm like, yeah, no shit. And you actually zapped me about 30 freaking times. I had this welt across my chest from it and shit. And, you know, it's just like,
Get the fuck off me.
yeah, get the fuck off me. Boom. That hurt.
Does Pat remember that one?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he does. And, I mean, you know, as polluted as we were, that was 43 years ago, and I still remember that shit, as polluted as we were.
Yeah. I don't know how you remember a lot of this stuff.
I don't know.
It's sheer Winston.
Is Nani here?
She shouldn't.
She shouldn't be
It's
yet.
only been like 30 minutes, maybe. That's pretty funny, though.
So there's that one for you. And my second story we're going to go real quick into because Winston's barking. I don't know if the mother-in-law's here or not. But when we do hay season, our farm had the main farmhouse by the barn and stuff, and then it had another farmhouse across the street from there. That was our uncle's. Then our house was down the hill where I wiped out on the elbows and stuff. But Grandma always had stuff out on the porch. They had a refrigerator and stuff, and she'd always put drinks out there for us, Kool-Aid, tea, whatever. And for the longest time, we noticed this gallon of apple cider in the back. And, you know,
so both of these stories are drinking.
yes, you know, you're 13.
Oh, I remember this story.
You're 13 and 14, you know, you really don't think about it. You know, you don't even know that eventually apple cider ferments and turns into alcohol. And so this one day, you know, we were out and we were haying and we went into, you know, our uncle told us to get a drink and we go in there and there's no Kool-Aid in there and it's just this gallon of apple cider. So we're like, oh, I guess Grandma wants us to drink it finally, you know?
Yeah.
And again, it was just Pat and I because your older uncle couldn't get anywhere near the barn, especially hay season. I think he'd get sick just from us bringing it home on our clothes. And, you know, our baler, it just threw the bales up into the wagon. There was no people in the wagon stacking them, so we had to climb amongst it and throw the bales.
Anyhow, just keep going.
Throw the bales of hay down to our uncle, and he's standing on the front, and he'd throw it off on the conveyor belt, and it'd take it up into the barn. And so we'd been doing it for a couple hours now, and Pat and I are getting pretty fucking pounded. And I look over at Pat, and I said, hey, let's start throwing these bales of hay at Uncle, see if we can knock him off the front of the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something fun to do while we're working. I was always willing to have fun while I work. So we're throwing these bales, and I mean, they're like 70 to 80 pound bales, and we're just chucking them at him, and we're bouncing them off him, and he's like, what the fuck is wrong? What are you guys doing? Sorry, didn't mean to hit you with it, you know. And it went on for a couple more wagons of hay, you know, before he finally caught on, because there's probably 10, 15 minutes between each trailer getting there. And so we're in there drinking. We come out, and, you know, by this time we're staggering out, and we can barely even climb up in the freaking wagons, you know. So we're trying to throw bales of hay at him, and every now and then one would hit him, and he'd look up, and we're, like, falling over and shit, you know, because we can't even keep ourselves upright. And he's like, what the hell is wrong with you guys? Have you been drinking? And we're like, well, no, you know, we just been drinking the apple cider in there because Grandma didn't leave anything out for us. And he goes, holy shit, he goes, let me go smell that stuff. He goes, it's been in there a while. So he goes into the you know, the porch there, and he takes a little sip of it, and he goes, holy shit, you drunk asses, get to your house and take a nap and sleep it off. And that's what had happened. We'd gotten completely pounded off of this apple.
And you didn't know.
No, we didn't know. And I mean, we'd already drank almost a whole damn gallon.
Yeah.
And for a 13 and a 14-year-old, that's a shitload of alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at one point, I think your grandmother was worried about alcohol poisoning. Because we're in laying on our beds, you know, and it was like, how you guys? Ah, shit, we're good, Mom. Screaming at her, we're good. So, yeah. By the time I was 15, I'd already been polluted twice. Smoked some weed. Did hallucinogens.
Yeah, the dragon.
Watching a dragon come out of the mirror, tripping on a big old freaking anaconda as I was running out.
Like, sometimes I just compare like what my life has been like compared to yours, and it's just like completely different.
Yeah,
like,
we did good with you guys.
Yeah, like I don't know.
I mean, you guys have some funny stories, but not stories. Like,
I've never gone to a party.
Well, that's good.
Right. I'm just saying we're completely different.
Yeah, I mean, you were worried about school. I wasn't.
I wasn't worried about school. I was just not dumb.
Are you saying I was dumb?
Yeah, that is dumb. Mom laughing.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, real funny, babe.
Is that was she laughing at us?
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it.
Mom, were you laughing at us?
Oh, it's okay, babe. She can hear us. That's how thin our walls are.
That's pretty funny, though.
That's why we don't have sex anymore.
Okay, what the fuck?
Wasted many a morning wood, son.
Why are you even saying this to me?
Because it makes you look down in embarrassment.
Yep.
Look at him. All embarrassed. Look up so we can see your cheeks. Oh, look at those rosy cheeks. They're not. He looks like he's ready to whoop my ass. Hey, tell him we're doing a podcast.
Oh, no one is. Wait, hold on. Dang. You saw Valtteri spin out, right?
Yes.
They handed 3-place grid drop and penalty points for dangerous driving.
Are you kidding me?
Dude, that man has everything going against him.
You know what? Those stewards can suck my freaking hairy ass.
Like, in the radio
he didn't
call.
mean to do that shit.
Exactly. But in the radio call, his team goes, what happened? He goes, I don't know.
Ask the tire warmers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if that's their fault?
That's unbelievable.
Like, I get that it was dangerous and, like, it could have hurt the McLaren people, but he didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
Like, who just does that? Let me stomp on it. He didn't even really stomp on it either.
I mean, come on. I mean, if anybody that watches this watched the F1 today, you'd understand what we're talking about. It definitely was not his fault, and he shouldn't have gotten anything for it.
Just search
Everybody's
up, like,
out for his ass this year.
If you do want to watch it and you don't watch F1, just search, like, Mercedes driver spins out in pits.
Hey, Toto, pretend this is my manhood.
Oh, dude. No, Toto's nice. Only to Lewis.